Hello everyone and welcome to Off the Beaten Tracks. Today I'm doing my first VCLT. Now it's not a traditional one because I didn't get these in the mail. I moved, and I've said this in a number of videos, I moved from LA to Canada, and I don't know how many of you know, but I was the head writer of The Tonight Show for a number of years. And I had a goodbye luncheon with some of my fellow scribes. And one of them, Bob Smith, a genius comedy writer, gave me some VCLT, gave me a whole stack of records, and I want to show you some of the highlights now, starting with somebody I actually know, or knew. He's unfortunately no longer with us, Pat McCormack, and Tells It Like It Is. Now, I don't know whether I'll be able to put tracks on this down below. I'm going to do as many as possible, but some of these are a tad obscure. I talked to Pat about this once at a party, and I don't know if he even remembered it. Pat was a wild guy, a funny guy. It was a pleasure to have known him. Jack Douglas was also a writer on The Tonight Show, way before my time. Johnny used to speak very lovingly of Jack and a certain sketch involving ping pong balls. I think he did a lot of on-air stuff. He was quite the character and quite the drinker from the day, I believe. I also got from Mr. Smith, I got Jack Lemmon, Irma la Douce. What a great film. And I've got a number of Jack Lemmon albums, but not this one, and glad to add that to the collection. I also got on the Columbia label there, this is The Swimmer, Burt Lancaster. I don't know if you've ever seen this film, but it's a strange one. It's a guy Burt Lancaster, who is going to swim his way home through these, I guess he's rich, and he lives in Beverly Hills or somewhere. I'm doing this from memory. And he decides to swim through everybody's pool on the way to his house. And only when he finds his way to his house, do you realize that his wife's divorced him, nobody lives there, and he ends up banging on the door, crying in the rain. It's not really a happy ending, but it's an interesting film to at least watch once. Mike Douglas, I did not write for Mike Douglas, but I did work with a couple of his producers on a show, Thick of the Night. Supposedly a really nice guy. Not a great singer, but still love to get. I've got several of Mike's. I do not have this one, so this VCLT just keeps on giving. And one of the big things about me, which I've expressed a number of times, is my weakness for celebrities doing albums. I just love it. I can't get enough of them, and now I've got Ken Barry. He was in Mayberry RFD, which I guess this is when this was recorded, and also in Mama's Family, and did a lot of stuff on the Carol Burnett Show. This is on the Barnaby Records, and really happy to have that. This one is amazing. This one would be a grail if I knew it existed. This is Clint Walker singing inspirational songs. I don't know whether you remember Clint. He was a square-jawed, as you can see, deep talking guy. Did a lot of westerns. Was in a television western I used to look at when I was living in England as a young child, called Cheyenne. And now I have his record. Can't wait. And talk about a grail. Talk about something that just lights your fire. This is got to be it. This is the prize of the. This is Arnold Spain, Waggish Tales. Now, if you don't know Arnold, he kind of had a nasally voice. He was the Eddie Deason of the late 50s, early 60s. Character, did game shows, he talked funny and looked funny, and who could resist that cover? Thank you, Bob Smith. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for those and all the jokes you fed into the Tonight Show. A true great writer, and my first VCLT. So that's it for now. Talk to you soon. If I can find any of these samples, I will put them down below. Please subscribe anyway, because I'd like you to.